Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And we are back with our character creation. Today we're making a Dragonborn fighter. And yeah, let's just hop straight in. So strength is gonna go up by 2 and charisma up by 1. And then we have those for when we are ready. Dragonborns are size medium. Their walking speed is 30 feet. And they have draconic ancestry. If I can figure out how to spell. They have draconic ancestry. Choose one type of dragon from the draconic ancestry table. Your breath weapon and damage resistance. Your breath weapon damage resistance are determined by the dragon type as shown on the table in the book. So depending on which one you want to choose, it can be a bunch of different ones. So you can choose from the chromatic and the metallic. Black is acid, blue is lightning, brass is fire, bronze is lightning, copper is acid, gold is fire, green is poison, red is fire, silver is cold, and white is cold. So, I think for now, we're going to do one, so gold, green, red, silver, and white, their damage types are all cones. So you have, like, it kind of, like, spreads out and you can get multiple. The other ones, the copper, bronze, brass, blue, and black, those are all in a line. So if you had... you'd have to have all your enemies in like one singular line to them, you know, so cone is better. So gold, green, red, silver, and white. Why don't we do, we'll do gold. And so their damage will be fire. We'll put this in here. Just so that we... So I want to fix... I don't know why this is all messed up. Wait. Oh, add that. Draconic. So we have our breath weapon. So, you can use your action to exhale destructive energy. Your draconic ancestry determines the size, shape, and damage type of the exhalation. When you use your breath weapon, each creature in the area of the exhalation must make a saving throw. The type of which is determined by the draconic ancestry. The DC... sorry. The DC for the save is 8 plus your con plus your proficiency. Creature takes 2d6 on a failed, half as much. Sorry. Half as much on a successful, and the damage increases at different levels. So, I'll put this information here. So, I should put that like that. So, the DC, we'll just put it here, is 8. Oh, we don't have our stats yet. So that'll take just a moment. Why don't we do our stats real quick since we need it? So as a, let's look at fighter. Fighter will need strength or dex depending on the type of fighter. We're going to go with strength. We're going to make a melee. You can use dex if you want him to be like an archer. But we're going to go with a melee fighter. So we will do strength, and then constitution. If you want to become an eldritch knight, then you want it to be intelligence. But we're going to do strength and constitution. So obviously we're going to do the 13 here, which becomes a 15. Because of the +2, we're going to make constitution a 15. And then, yeah, so we have our 15 or 13. Our charisma is a +1, so we could put a 13 here and get a 14. And then we could put a So what do we have? 13, 15, 14. So 12, 10, and 8. Well, we can put the 12 here for the +1, so we get an initiative bonus. And we'll make his intelligence an 8, and his wisdom will stay at 10. Just because I feel like he's probably... Just because, like, survival, perception, you know, and insight, those kind of things are all wisdom. And I feel like he'll be a little bit better at those. So, then we can go back to our breath weapon. So the DC 8 plus con plus proficiency. So 8, 10, 12. The DC is 12 for now. And the damage type is 2d6. So what you can do is you can add an attack. Breath weapon. And there's no attack. It's just it's a saving throw. So let's see, what is it? 2d6. What kind of saving throw is it? It is a dex save. And that is in the table. So gold is our type. It'll say the damage type is fire, and then it's a 15-foot cone, and it's a dex save. Versus I don't know which one to set it as. Let's see what that does. You can click it. Dexterity. The DC is 12. Yeah, okay. So as long as it says the DC is 12, then I guess it doesn't really matter. Then they'll take half damage if they save. And the damage type for now is 2d6. Plus nothing. It's just a 2d6. So DC 12 or half damage and 10. Yeah, so there we go. It's all set up. Obviously, the numbers will be a little bit different, but you can just move them around until it works. And then, once you have used this, you cannot use it again until you finish all the rest. Cannot be used again until you finish a short or long rest. Alright, there's our breath weapon. Alright. And then we have damage resistance to our damage type determined by the type of dragon we are, which is fire. So our damage resistance is fire damage. We will want to add, let's see, I was just thinking about something. Oh, we want to add in the type of damage it is. We want to put fire. So then now when we hit this, it'll have the little fire underneath it, just so you can always remember what it is. I mean, if you're using it a lot, I'm sure you'll know what it is. Then languages, we will want to do common and draconic. So those are your kind as a Dragonborn. And then it suggests the soldier background, so that's what we're going to do. So as a soldier, you get the athletics and intimidation skills, which is nice. You get one type of gaming set. So we'll just do other and gaming set. And then there's like dice and cards and, you know, so we'll just do cards. You know, you can play like, you know, like poker or whatever, you know, and then you get also land vehicles. So you have proficiency in driving things like carts. And then for your equipment, you have an insignia of rank, a trophy from a fallen enemy, bone dice, or deck of cards. We chose cards. So it probably doesn't have anything in here for cards. Yeah, no. So just put that in your equipment. You have a deck of cards. So you can play cards, which is nice. And then you have a set of common clothes. Actually, delete that because it's gonna mess everything up. Wait, can we delete it? Apparently not. Alright, so common clothes. Common clothes. There we go. And 10 gold. You can also put your token from a fallen enemy. It's anything like a dagger, a broken blade, or a piece of banner. You can add that in there if you want. And then your feature. I'm gonna lower that one just because there's a lot. Your feature is from your background. Soldier. You have a military rank from your career as a soldier. Soldiers loyal to your former military organization still recognize your authority and influence, and they defer to you if they are of lower rank. You can invoke your rank to exert influence over other soldiers and requisition simple equipment or horses for temporary use. You can also usually gain access to friendly military encampments and fortresses where your rank is recognized. So, you know, if you need like something temporarily like horses or, you know, something like that, you can get something like that if they're friendly to you. So we'll just fix these real fast. It's lower rank. I don't know why it's being all weird. Yeah, that's strange. It's like, oh, fix this word that's already fixed. Alright. Things are weird. So that is your feature. Oh, we don't want to call it feature. We want to call it military rank. There we go. So we can hide that because that's a lot of text. And then we're going to move on into the fighter stuff. So since we already have our stats, we can just move on. So your starting health is 10 plus your con. So you get 12 starting hit points. And armor, you get all of it. You get all armor. And shields. And then as for weapons, simple and martial, so all of them. Simple and martial. There we go. Saving throws to strength and con, no tools. And then you can choose from acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival. So we have athletics, we have intimidation. Definitely want perception. Always want perception. It's just a good thing to have. Because it ups your passive, which, you know, if your DM uses that, very nice. And then we have intimidation, so we have one more. Acrobatics, animal handling, history. We have insight. We could do insight. That's a good one. You know, see if they're lying to you. And then you can intimidate them for the truth. So, good pairing right there. So, you can get chainmail or leather armor with a longbow and 20 arrows. Because we're going to go martial, we're just going to go ahead and do the chainmail. We're just going to stick with what we got. We're going to go chainmail, which puts us at a 16 a martial weapon, and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. So for our weapons, what are we gonna do? We have a lot of options. We obviously, we can do 2 martials, or we can do a martial and a shield. And you get to adopt a fighting style in the beginning, so depending on what you want to do fighting style wise would be a good time. Well, let's look at that and see what we want to do. So archery, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Defense, while you are wearing armor, you gain a +1 bonus to AC. Dueling, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon. Great weapon fighting, when you roll a 1 or a 2 on the damage die for an attack roll you make with a melee weapon that you're wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll, even if the new roll is a 1 or a 2, and the weapon must have the 2-handed or versatile property for you to gain this benefit. Protection, when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack, but you must be wielding a shield. Or 2-weapon fighting. When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. So, I like great weapon fighting. Because you get to re-roll 1s and 2s. So we'll do a 2-handed, we'll do a versatile so we can do that, but then, you know, you have to, if you want the great weapon fighting, you can use the, you can use it 2-handed. It's nice to have a shield sometime depending on the situation that you're going into. So, I mean, I guess it just depends on what you want to do. So, we are gonna do, ooh, what could we do? Let's see, there's longsword. Or we could do a battle axe, which those are fun. We could also do a great axe, but that one is only 2-handed. Could do a warhammer. We could also, why don't we do a long-sword? That sounds like something we could do. So we'll do a long-sword and a shield. Long-sword and a shield. And it already adds in your 1-handed or 2-handed. 2-handed, we wanted to re-roll. There is a code. Oh, goodness. There is a code in here to have it re-roll. Oh, do I have it on any characters I've made before? I don't think so. Not here anyway. Oh. There is a code. I will, if I find it, I'll put it in the description of this video when I find it. And I'll show you where to, or I'll make a clip and add it on to the end or something. But yeah, there is a code to have it automatically re-roll when you're using your 2-weapon, because you wouldn't have your shield up. So, since we have our weapon and our shield, then you can choose a light crossbow or 20 bolts and 20 bolts or 2 hand axes. We'll go ahead, and even though we are going to be mostly martial, having something that will allow us to fight from a distance is definitely worth it, especially if you're fighting flying things. We want crossbow bolts, and we have 20 of them. And then a Dungeoneer or Explorer's pack. I'm going to choose Explorer. So there we go. We have our, and then we're doing the great weapon fighting. Oop, not what we wanted. Great weapon, fighting. So that is a class feature of the fighter. And we will just copy paste this stuff in to here. So and there we go. So we have that. That's all second level. Oh, and you also get Second Wind. And that is a class feature for the fighter. You have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus fighter level. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. So, put a little space there so we can do that. There we go. There we are. So that's everything for our fighter, it looks like. I will go ahead and do some research on that code so that you guys have it. It is very, very handy to have it just automatically reroll things for you. So I will be right back, and I will try to find that code for you. Okay, so I found some code here, and we're gonna go ahead and see if it works. I'm just gonna copy and paste it in here, and then we'll fix it. 1d10. Ooh, nope, nope. Something is wrong there. Oh, we want to get rid of that, I believe. Look at that. Okay, the only problem is it's only, well, there's not a lot you can do for it. It will automatically reroll them anyway. I don't think you can set a limit. It says you can only do it once. So, I mean, you can just go ahead and hit the damage twice if you want to fix it, or you can do it that. The only problem is sometimes it'll reroll extra, and you have to be, well, actually, it's, you know, or, you know, whatever. But, yeah. So, with that handy-dandy code there, we are finished. He has the soldier background. Our gold Dragonborn. I don't know what Dragonborns are normally called. Let's find a name for him in the book. We'll call him. He'll be Kriv. The clan names for Dragonborns are yikes. They are very long. And, hard to say. Mayastan. Kriv Mayastan. There we go. That's a simple one from the list. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!